All right, fine. See, now I'll just tell you, and you are going to repeat after me. You are going to repeat after me all the WH questions. Okay? Yeah. So, Sachin, repeat after me. What? Sachin, repeat after me. What? When? Get the mic closer to you. What? When? Okay. Samruddhi, repeat after me. What? When?
What, when?
Where?
Where?
How?
How?
Why?
Why?
How many?
How many?
How much?
How much?
Whom?
Whom?
For whom?
For whom?
With whom?
With whom?
To whom?
To whom?
Okay. Whose?
Whose?
And which?
Which?
In which?
In which?
Often. How often?
How often?
How long?
How long?
So you are going to tell me 11 questions, name of the 11 questions, because if you know the names of the questions, then only you can form the questions, you know. Understand? So we are not talking about who question. We'll talk about the who questions later. Today we are just going to talk about other questions, other 11 questions. Okay. What, when? Repeat after me again. What, when, where?
What, when, where?
How?
Why?
How many? How? Why?
How? Why?
How many? How much?
How many? How much?
Whom? To whom? With whom? Against whom?
Whom? To whom? With whom? Against whom?
For whom?
For whom?
Whose?
Whose?
In which?
Which?
In which?
In which?
How often?
How often?
How long?
How long?
Okay. Again. What? When?
What?
Where?
What,
when, where?
What, when, where?
How? Why? How many? How much?
How? Why? How many? How much?
Whom? With whom? To whom? For whom? Against whom?
Whom? With whom? For whom? Against whom?
Okay. And to whom?
To whom?
Whose?
Whose?
Which?
Which?
In which?
In which?
How often?
How often?
How long?
How long? How long?
Okay. Yeah. Who is going to tell me the questions? Quick. Yeah. Samruddhi, would you tell me again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
What, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, for whom,
Whom?
against
Only whom first.
whom, for whom, to whom, against whom, with whom.
With whom? Correct.
How many, whose, which,
in which,
in which, for which,
not in which,
in which,
and then how often,
how long, how often, how long.
Correct. Good job. Anybody else? Okay, repeat after me again. Okay. What, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, whom, to whom, with whom, for whom, against whom, which, in which, in which. Okay. How often, how long. Okay. What, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, whom, to whom, with whom, for whom, against whom, whose, which, in which, how often, how long. I think 17 questions, right? 17 questions. All right. Again, what, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, whom, to whom, with whom, for whom, against whom, whose, which, in which, how often, how long. All right. Yeah. Who is going to tell me again, please? So if you know the names of the questions, then only you can make the questions. Yes, please. Yeah. Amol Jagdare, please.
Yes. What, when, where? What, when, where?
Why, how?
Why, how? Why?
How many, how much?
How? Why? How many? How much? Whose?
Whom?
Where, whom? To whom? With whom? For whom? Against whom?
Correct.
Whose? Then when? In
which? In which?
Which? In which? Then how often? How long?
Correct. Mohinesh, please. Everybody is repeating. Everybody is repeating it for 10 to 12 times. Then it will be final. Please. Now more English, please.
What, when,
Hmm?
where,
Hmm?
how,
Hmm?
why,
Hmm?
how many,
Hmm?
how much,
Correct. Hmm?
whom,
Hmm?
for whom,
Hmm?
to whom,
Hmm?
against whom,
Hmm?
with whom,
Correct. Very good. Good job. Hmm?
which,
Hmm?
whose,
In which?
in which,
Hmm?
how often, how long.
Good job. Yeah. Kiran, please.
What, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, whom, for whom, with whom, to whom, against whom, whose,
Whose?
in which, how often, and how long.
How often it is? How often is American? Yeah, please. Next. Next. Dipali, please. Can you?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
What, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, whom, uh, to whom, for whom, then with whom, and against whom, then whose, which, in which, how often, how long.
Nice. Good job. Amol, please. Amol, learn. Okay. Akash.
What, uh, where, when,
Where?
where, how much,
How many?
how
How?
many,
How only how? How? Why?
why, again,
How
how
many? How
much,
much? How many?
how
How
much,
much? How
how
many?
many,
How
how
much?
much, what? Then
Whom to whom?
whom, to whom, for whom, against whom, which, in which, uh, how often,
Hmm? How long?
how long.
Correct. Very good. Yeah. Saurabh, please.
What, when, where,
Hmm?
how,
Why?
why, how many,
Hmm.
how much, whom, with
Correct.
whom, for whom, to whom, against whom,
Hmm?
whose, which, in which, how
Hmm?
often, how long.
Correct. Very good. Good job. Sachin, please.
What, when, where, how much,
How? Why? How?
how,
Why is there? Huh?
how, why, mm, uh, whom,
How
to
many? How many?
whom,
How much? Hmm.
how many, how many, how much, whom, to whom, uh,
With
against whom, पुन्हा, how much, how many,
Hmm?
uh, uh, पुन्हा, which, in
Hmm? Hmm?
in which, uh, पुन्हा,
Whose?
whose,
How often? How long?
how often, how long.
Samruddhi, please. Hmm.
What, when, where, how, why, how much, how many, the whom, with whom, for whom, to whom, against whom, whose,
Whose? Hmm.
which, in which, how often, how long,
Nice.
how
Poonam,
often.
do you want to tell this questions? Yes, please. Huh? Are you all right today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Tell the questions.
What, when, where, how, why, how many, how much, whom, with to whom, with whom, for whom, against whom, whose, which, in which, often, how often, how long.
Good. Nice. Good job. All right. So this was now important. Like we now come to know that which questions we are going to make. Which questions we are going to make. Now we are going to make the questions. See, there are the two types of the important subjects in the world. First is the singular subject and plural subject. Singular subject, it means a student, and plural subject, it means students. Yesterday we talked about other pronouns, I, we, you, they, Ram and Sham, he, she. Now we are not going to talk about that. Today we are going to work on just singular subject and plural subject. Singular subject, it means what? Ram is a singular subject, it is one. Okay, Ram and Sham is a plural subject. Got it? Amit Shah is the singular subject. Amit and Narendra is the plural subject. A minister is a singular subject. Ministers is a plural subject. A housewife is a singular subject. Many housewives is a plural subject. A director is a singular subject. Many directors is a plural subject. A postman is a singular subject. Many postmen is a plural subject. An officer is a singular subject. And officers is a plural subject. All right. So now we are going to work on it. So I'm not going to give you a lot of rules. I'm just going to give you two formulas. Singular formula is he group formula and plural formula is I group formula. Okay, just repeat after me. Do I, do we, do you, do I, do we, do you, do you. That is okay. Just repeat after me. Do you, did you, will you, are you, were you, will you be, have you, had you, will you have you been, had you been, will you have been. That is a plural subject. What do Ram learn, when do Ram learn. Now you know the WH questions. Now we'll talk about only with do. What do Ram learn, when do Ram learn, where do Ram learn, why do Ram learn, how do Ram learn, how many languages do Ram learn, how much time do Ram learn, with whom do Ram learn, for whom do Ram and Sham learn, for whom do Ram and Sham learn, in which academy do Ram and Sham learn, how often do Ram and Sham learn, how long do Ram and Sham learn. That is plural subject only. Okay, just repeat after me again. Do you, did you, will you. So out of these 12, we are going to concentrate on only do. And do is used with the plural subject. Do is used with the plural subject and does is used with the singular subject in simple present tense. Do is with the plural subject and does is used with the singular subject. Just repeat after me. What do students learn? What does a student learn? Got it? What do students learn and what does a student learn? All right. So Saurabh. Now I'm going to practice with Saurabh. All right. So Saurabh will make the questions now. Okay. What do students learn? Repeat after me. Saurabh.
What do students learn?
Now make the questions. Okay. When
do students learn?
Where
do students learn? How
Why?
Why do students learn? How many students learn?
How many languages do students learn?
How many languages do students learn?
How much time?
How much time do students learn?
With whom?
With whom do students learn?
For whom?
For whom do students learn?
Okay. In which college?
In which college do students learn?
Okay. How often?
How often do students learn?
How long?
How long do students learn?
Got it. So it is not feasible for all the questions. You cannot make all the questions with one verb. Okay. Yes. Sometimes you can make the questions. Sometimes you can make 17 questions. Sometimes you can make 15 questions. Sometimes you can make 10 questions. So it is not necessary that you are going to make the questions unnecessarily with all the WH questions. Understand? If that question is producing the meaning, then only you can make the questions. All right. Again.
Yes, sir.
Again. Saurabh, again.
Yes.
Okay. What does a student learn?
What does a student learn? When does a student learn? Where does a student learn? How many language?
How does a student learn?
How does a student learn?
Why?
Why does a student learn? How many languages does a student learn? Where does a student learn? With whom does a student learn? For whom does a student learn?
In which?
In which college does a student learn?
Okay. How often?
How often does a student learn?
So if you don't know the names of the questions, then you cannot form the questions. Understand?
Yes.
Yeah. How long?
How long does a student learn?
Good job. Understand? So
Yes.
now I'm just going to practice with Saurabh to show you like how you can make the questions. Now everybody is making the questions, non-stop questions. Okay, non-stop questions. Now we'll use driver. Okay, we will use drive word. We'll use drive verb. Okay. Okay. What does Sushmita drive?
What does Sushmita drive? When does Sushmita drive? Where does Sushmita drive? Which car? Which
No,
car does?
go for like order. You know, where does
Okay, okay.
Sushmita drive? How
Where
does
does?
Sushmita drive?
Okay,
Why
okay.
does Sushmita drive? How many hours does Sushmita drive? How much time does Sushmita drive? With whom does in this way? Go by
Yeah.
order, so it
Okay,
will be
sorry.
easy to make the questions.
Where does Sushmita drive? How long does Sushmita drive? Why does Sushmita drive? How many miles does Sushmita drive? How much time does Sushmita drive? For whom does Sushmita drive? To whom does Sushmita drive? With whom does Sushmita drive? Whose car does Sushmita drive?
Good job.
Which
car?
which car does Sushmita drive? How often does Sushmita drive? How long does Sushmita drive?
Good, very good. Now next, same with plural subject. Same with plural
Okay,
subject.
okay.
What do
Yeah,
Sushmita and
what do
Manali?
Sushmita and Manali drive?
Correct.
When do Sushmita and Manali drive? Where do Sushmita and Manali drive? How
do
Sushmita and Manali drive? Why do Sushmita and Manali drive? How many miles Sushmita and Manali drive?
Do Sushmita and Manali drive?
Yeah,
that is do is
yeah.
important, you know.
Yeah. How many time do Sushmita and Manali drive? How much time do Sushmita and Manali drive? For whom do Sushmita and Manali drive?
Very good, because it is a plural subject.
Yeah, yes, sir. To whom do Sushmita and Manali drive? For whom do Sushmita and Manali drive? With whom do Sushmita and Manali drive? Whose car do Sushmita and Manali drive? Which car do Sushmita and Manali drive? In which month do Sushmita and Manali drive? How often do Sushmita and Manali drive? How long do Sushmita and Manali drive?
Good job. Got it? Yeah.
Yes.
Now next, who is going to make the questions? Now you have to make it quick. Yeah. Who is going to make the questions? Yeah. So shall I help you again? Yeah, Deepali, I'll help you to start. What does Ankita teach? What does Ankita teach?
What does Ankita teach? Okay. When does Ankita teach? Where does Ankita teach? How Ankita teach? How does Ankita
correct
teach? Why does Ankita teach?
If we miss that does, you know, then you will not come to know that what is the meaning of that sentence, because those will be only words. Understand?
So what is the question?
What does Ankita teach? How does Ankita teach?
How does Ankita teach? Why does Ankita teach? How many time does Ankita teach? How many hour Ankita teach? Does Ankita teach? And how much time does Ankita teach? For whom does Ankita teach? With whom does Ankita teach? Against whom does Ankita teach? Whose
lesson does Ankita teach?
Whose subject does Ankita teach? Which subject? In which class? Yes. In which class does Ankita teach? For which subject does Ankita teach? How often does Ankita teach? How long does Ankita teach?
Okay, good job. Next. So you can make your own in the make it in plural subject. Deepali, make the same question in plural subject.
What do Ankita and Rashmi teach?
Correct.
Yes. So when do Ankita and Rashmi teach? Where do Ankita and Rashmi teach? how do Ankita and Rashmi teach? Why do Ankita and Rashmi teach? How many
Lessons, subjects.
lectures, how many lessons do Ankita and Rashmi teach? How much time do Ankita and Rashmi teach? With whom do Ankita and Rashmi teach? For whom do Ankita and Rashmi teach? Against whom do Ankita and Rashmi teach? Whose
Students?
Whose students do Ankita and Rashmi teach? For which class for which class do Ankita and Rashmi teach? How often do Ankita and Rashmi teach? How long Ankita and Rashmi teach?
Okay, how long do Ankita and Rashmi teach? Okay, good job. Next. Okay, Amol Jagdare, please. Mohini should be ready for the next turn.
What does Amol sing a song? Am I?
Not a song. What does Amol sing?
Okay. What does Amol sing?
When does Amol sing a song?
When does Amol sing a song? Where does Amol sing a song? How does Amol sing a song? Why Amol sing?
Why does? Does is
Why does
important.
Amol sing a song? How many times Amol sing a song? How much hours Amol sing a song?
How much time and how many hours?
Okay, how many hours Amol sing a song? How
How
much
many
time
hours does Amol sing the song?
does Amol sing a song? How much time does Amol sing a song?
With whom?
With whom Amol does sing a song?
Does Amol sing a song?
Does Amol sing a song?
For
Against whom does Amol sing a song? Whose Amol?
Whose song does Amol sing?
Whose song does Amol sing?
Which
song does Amol sing?
In which party?
In which party does Amol sing a song? How often does Amol sing a song? How long does Amol sing a song?
Okay, Mohinish, please. Kiran Dadu should be ready.
What does Mahesh learn?
Okay. No. Just make that same question in plural subject. Mohinish. What does Amol sing? Make it in plural subject. What do Amol and Geeta?
Okay. What do Amol and Geeta
sing?
When do Amol and Geeta sing? Where do Amol and Geeta sing? How long?
How do Amol and Geeta sing? Like
how do Amol and Geeta sing? Why do Amol and Geeta sing? How many times?
How many songs?
How many songs do Amol and Geeta sing? How much time do Amol and Geeta sing? For whom do Amol and Geeta sing? With whom do Amol and Geeta sing? Against whom do Amol and Geeta sing? Whose song do Amol and Geeta sing? In which city do Amol and Geeta sing? How often do Geeta and Mahesh sing? How long time do
How
Geeta
long only?
and Mahesh, How long do Mahesh and Geeta sing?
Correct. Good job. Yeah. Kiran. Singular subject. Any singular subject you can use.
What do parents attend the meeting?
What do parents attend?
What do parents attend?
When do parents attend meeting? Here you can use meeting.
What do parents attend meeting?
What do parents attend? Why it is not correct? Because meeting is the answer, What do parents attend? Parents attend a meeting. Understand? So you have to drop that answer. Like what do parents attend? But you can add that answer in when. When do parents attend a meeting? Same with sing also. What do Amol sing? And then you can add song in the next question. When do Amol sing a song? Got it? Kiran, please. What do parents attend?
What do parents attend? When do parents attend meeting?
Correct.
Where do parents attend? How many parents attend?
How do parents attend a meeting? Why do
Why do parents attend a meeting? How many parents attend a meeting?
how many meetings
How many meetings attend
do parents attend?
do attend parents?
How
How
many
much?
just wait. How many meetings do parents attend?
How many parents do attend meeting?
How many meetings do parents attend?
How many meetings do attend parents?
See, your question is do parents attend, you know. So just add how many parents, how many meetings do parents attend? How many classes do parents attend? How many lectures do parents attend? How many programs do parents attend? Got it?
How much parents attend meeting?
How much time do parents attend a meeting?
How much time parents attend a meeting? Whom do parents attend? Whose do parents attend?
Whose meeting do parents attend?
Whose meeting do parents attend? In which meeting do parents attend? How of how often do parents attend?
Correct.
How long do parents attend?
Correct. Very good. Good job. Samruddhi. Poonam should be ready next.
Okay. What do Jash eat rice? Okay.
What do what do is wrong because Jayesh is one, you know. One
what
then
does
singular subject.
what does
What
Jash
does Jayesh eat?
What does Jayesh eat? When does Jayesh eat? Where
Rice.
does
Here you can use rice. When does Jayesh eat rice?
When does Jayesh eat rice? Where does Jayesh eat rice? How does Jayesh eat rice? Why does Jayesh eat rice? How many rice does Jayesh eat?
How many bowls of rice? Because that is countable, you know. Rice is uncountable, so you cannot use with many. You cannot with bowls. You can use with bowls. How many bowls of rice does
Jayesh
eat?
How many bowls does Jayesh eat? How much?
How many bowls of, not bowls? How many bowls of rice?
How many bowls of rice does Jayesh eat? How much
rice? Here
rice,
you can use rice.
How much rice does Jayesh eat? With whom does Jayesh eat? For whom does Jayesh eat? Against whom does Jayesh eat? Whose rice does Jayesh eat? Which rice does Jayesh eat? In which plate does Jayesh eat? How often does Jayesh eat? How long does Jayesh eat?
Very good.
What
Good job.
do?
No, it is done. What do? Yeah. Yeah. Poonam, you make that. What do Jayesh and Geeta eat?
What do Jayesh and Geeta eat? When do Jayesh and
So
Geeta
Akash should be ready. Yeah?
When do Jayesh and Geeta eat? Where do Jayesh and Geeta eat? How do Jayesh and Geeta eat? Why do Jayesh and Geeta eat? How many hours Jayesh and Geeta eat?
How many hours?
Hours Jayesh and Geeta eat. How much time how much time
rice.
do rice should be add?
Yeah, how much rice do Mahesh and Geeta eat?
How much rice do Mahesh and Geeta eat? For whom do Mahesh and Geeta
eat? With whom?
With whom do Mahesh and Geeta eat? Against whom with Mahesh and Geeta eat? Whose do Mahesh and
Whose
Geeta
food?
eat?
Whose food?
Whose food Mahesh and Geeta eat? In which food
in which restaurant?
In which restaurant do Mahesh and Geeta eat? How often do Mahesh and Geeta eat? How long do Mahesh and Geeta eat?
Correct. Very good. Akash, please. Sachin should be ready.
What Amol do play? When
What Amol? Amol is a singular subject, you know.
Yes.
So does. What does
What
Amol
does
play?
Amol play? When does Amol play? Where does Amol play? How does Amol play? Why does Amol play? How many time how
many sports?
How many sports Amol play? How
Does
much
Amol
time?
play? Does is important.
How much time? Does Amol play? Whom?
With whom? For whom?
With whom does Amol play?
Whose sports?
Whose sports Amol play?
Does Amol play?
Does Amol play? Which does Amol?
Which sports?
Does Amol play? How often does Amol play? How long Amol play?
Does Amol play?
Does Amol play?
Very good. Good job. Sachin, please.
Sir, for how often and for how long can we use verb also? Subject also?
Yeah. How often does Amol play?
Play cricket.
How often does Amol play cricket? How often does Amol play cricket on the playground? How often does Amol play cricket on the playground with his friends? How often does Amol play cricket on the playground with his friends for his team? How often does Amol play on the playground with his friends for his team in the morning? And so it is like a big, you can add all other questions information in this one question. This is like a magic. If you want to make what question bigger, then add all the material of all other questions in what, like what do, but miss only don't add the answer of what. Otherwise you can add everything. See, when it means time, we are going to discuss that also, how we can make a bigger questions and bigger answers also. Understand? Like what, I will just give you one because it is now a matter of this presence. So I'm just going to tell you. So what do you play? So what is the answer? I play cricket. Understand? So we are not adding cricket in the question. Otherwise we are adding everything. When do you play? I play in the morning. See, what do you play? I play cricket. So, okay. What do you play? What do you play in the morning? What do you play in the morning on the ground? What do you play well in the morning on the ground? What do you play for your fitness in the morning well on the ground? What do you play in the morning on the ground well with your friends? What do you play in the morning on the ground with your friends at Gahunja Stadium? In which stadium? That at Gahunja Stadium. Understand? So in this way, you just don't add the answer of what, and add all the answers of all other questions, and you can make a bigger question. Understand? So English is that much easy. All right. Yeah, so it is a very systematic language and very scientific language. Yeah, Amol, please. So who is going to make the questions now? Last, Sachin.
What do Ram and Sham play? When do Ram and Sham play? Where do Ram and Sham play? How do Ram and Sham play? Why do Ram and Sham play? How many it is?
How many sports?
How many sports? How many
Do Ram and
sports
Sham?
do Ram and Sham play? How much sports do Ram and Sham play? Whom
With
do
whom?
with whom do Ram and Sham play? Against whom do Ram and Sham play? Who whose
Who
sport
sports?
whose sport Ram and Sham play? In in which uh, in
In
which
which tournament?
in which tournament do Ram and Sham play? How often do Ram and Sham play? How long do Ram and Sham play?
Very good job. Still you all are struggling to make the questions. Understand? And I'm showing that slide also. But I'm now going to tell you how to make WH questions in singular and plural subject in all tenses. In all tenses. All right. We cannot practice because it will take a lot of time. So I'm just going to give you the tips, and I'm just going to give you the techniques. Okay. Who is going to repeat after me? Deepali, repeat after me. So I'm just going to tell about only what question. Okay. In all tenses. What question in singular subject, all tenses. What question in plural subject, all questions. And everybody is repeating after me. It is not a listening class, gentlemen. It is not a listening class. It's a speaking class. If you want to learn swimming, you should swim. If you want to learn reading, you should read. If you want to learn cooking, you should cook. The same way, if you want to speak in English, you should keep speaking in English. All right. Yeah. Deepali, repeat after me. What do Ram learn?
What do Ram learn?
Is it correct or wrong?
Wrong,
It's
wrong.
Does. Correct.
What does?
So first I'm going to tell you plural, and then I will tell you singular. Okay. What do Ram and Sham learn?
What do Ram and Sham learn?
What did Ram and Sham learn?
What did Ram and Sham learn?
What will Ram and Sham learn?
What will Ram and Sham learn?
What are Ram and Sham learning?
What are Ram and Sham learning?
Everybody is repeating after me. What were Ram and Sham learning?
What were Ram and Sham learning?
What will, and then Ram and Sham, and then be. Okay. What will Ram and Sham be learning?
What will Ram and Sham be learning?
What has Ram and Sham learnt?
What has Ram and Sham learned?
Correct or wrong? Wrong. Okay. What have Ram and Sham learnt?
What have Ram and Sham learned?
So have is for I group, that is in plural subject, and has is for he group.
Singular.
What have Ram and Sham learnt?
What have Ram and Sham learned?
What had Ram and Sham learnt?
What had Ram and Sham learned?
What will Ram and Sham have learnt?
What will Ram and Sham have learned?
What have Ram and Sham been learning?
What have Ram and Sham been learning?
What had Ram and Sham been learning?
What had Ram and Sham been learning?
What will Ram and Sham have been learning?
What will Ram and Sham have been learning?
Got it? So what does Ram learn?
What does Ram learn?
When does Ram learn?
When does Ram learn?
Where does Ram learn?
Where does Ram learn?
Why does Ram? Okay. What does Ram learn? Sorry. What does Ram learn?
What does Ram learn?
What did Ram learn?
What did Ram learn?
What will Ram learn?
What will Ram learn?
What is Ram learning?
What is Ram learning?
What was Ram learning?
What was Ram learning?
What will Ram be learning?
What will Ram be learning?
What has Ram learned?
What has Ram learned?
What had Ram learned?
What had Ram learned?
What will Ram have learned?
What will Ram have learned?
What has Ram been learning?
What has Ram been learning?
What had Ram been learning?
What had Ram been learning?
What will Ram have been learning?
What will Ram have been learning?
Got it? Everybody? So I will write here. So you will come to know about it. Okay. So let me make one table so I can write you for. Okay. Who is going to tell me? Singular subject. I will help you. Yeah. Who is going to tell me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Start. Samruddhi. Samruddhi, please.
What does Ram learn? What did Ram learn? What will Ram learn? What is Ram learn?
What is Ram learning?
What is Ram learning? What was Ram learning? What will Ram be? What will Ram be learning? What has Ram learnt? What has Ram learned? What had Ram learned? What will Ram have learned? What has Ram been learning? What had Ram been learning? What will Ram have been learning?
Correct. Very good. And in I group, in singular subject, in plural subject.
What do Ram and Sham learn? What do Ram and Sham what did Ram and Sham learn? What will
correct?
What will Ram and Sham learn? What what's no
correct? What were Ram and Sham learn? I am
what were Ram and Sham learn?
What were Ram and Sham
learning? What were Ram and Sham learning? What will be Ram and Sham learning? What have Ram and Sham learned? What had Ram and Sham learned? What will have Ram and Sham learned? What have been Ram and Sham learning? What have
Ram and Sham been learning?
What have Ram and Sham been learning? What had Ram and Sham been learning? What will have Ram and Sham have been
learning? What will Ram and Sham have been learning? So you are just going to pick up the more auxiliary helping verbs from this list. Okay, from this list. All right. Yeah. Start. Again. Samruddhi, just repeat after me again. Everybody is repeating after me. Everybody is repeating after me. Okay. What do Gita teach?
What do Gita teach?
What did Gita teach?
What did Gita teach?
What will Gita teach?
What will Gita teach?
What does Gita teach?
What does Gita teach?
What did Gita teach?
What did Gita teach?
What will Gita teach?
What will Gita teach?
What is Gita teaching?
What is Gita teaching?
What was Gita teaching?
What was Gita teaching?
What will Gita be teaching?
What will Gita be teaching?
What has Gita taught?
What has Gita taught?
What had Gita taught?
What had Gita taught?
What will Gita have taught?
What will Gita have taught?
What has Gita been teaching?
What has Gita been teaching?
What had Gita been teaching?
What had Gita been teaching?
What will Gita have been teaching?
What will Gita have been teaching?
Got it? Now,
yes.
Plural. What do Gita and Sita teach?
What do Gita and Sita teach?
What did Gita and Sita teach? Yeah,
what did Gita and Sita teach? What will Gita and Sita teach? What are Gita and Sita teaching? What were Gita and Sita teaching? What will Gita and Sita be teaching? What have Gita and Sita teach? What had
that is third form.
Yes. What have Gita and Sita taught? What had Gita and Sita taught? What will have Gita and Sita taught?
What will Gita and Sita have taught?
What will Gita and Sita have taught? What have Gita and Sita been teaching? What had Gita and Sita been teaching? What will have Gita and Sita been
What
teaching?
will Gita and Sita have been teaching? Okay, very good. All right. Does anybody want to tell the singular and plural subject in all tenses? All right, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. All right. So in this way, we talked about all the tenses in singular subject and plural subject. I think you need more explanation, more practice. I think everybody understood it, but you need more practice. So tomorrow also we will have around 20 minutes practice, and then we'll go for the next syllabus. Next syllabus, it means we are going to work on models. Tomorrow we are going to work on prepositions. All right. Are you enjoying?